Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm a dive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get.
Step number 13, potentially go full throttle with a membership model. Clay, I'm going to read a notable quote here by Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, regarding this step number 13. He says this: if you never want to be criticized, for goodness sakes, don't do anything new.
Well, you're in an industry right now. Some people watching this right now, you're in an industry where no one's ever done a membership model. And so to Jeff Bezos' point, if you do something new, people will criticize you. And so we're in the haircut business. One of the companies I own, it's a men's grooming lounge. So we introduced a membership model. One of the first people to do it. People thought, you mean if I want to get my haircut here right now, I can't do it if I'm not a member? Well, yeah. I mean, that's basically the deal. So people are walking in going, hey, I just walked in, bing bong. You hear the door open, bing bong. Hey, I'm here to get my haircut. I wanted to see if you guys had an availability. We're like, well, it's a membership only deal. How familiar are you with the way we work? Well, I'm not really. We do membership only. That way there's no waiting time. Let me go and get your name and number and let's set up a time to meet tomorrow. They're like, I can't get it now? No, not really. I can't get my haircut right now. I mean, we're always booked out. I mean, no. People go, well, I mean, seriously, it's always weird. In our office, people have asked me this, Stuart, have you noticed how we have a lock on the door so it automatically locks?
Yeah, notice that.
So a guy the other day freaked out at me. I love it. I love he's so mad. You, sir, who are mad, I'm glad you're mad because you're demonstrating this point. He goes, do you realize I was out there for like 20 minutes and no one helped me? And I was like, well, the way we work here is we're appointment only for a consulting company.
Yeah.
And the idea is that we don't have random people come in.
Yeah.
Well, but I was out there for 20 minutes, he says. It's okay. At no point would I answer it until you have an appointment.
Yeah.
But you realize how much money you're missing. He says, do you realize how much money you're missing out on?
He tried a super move on you.
No, he came through the back door. By the river, he came through the back door. He tried to come through where we have all the stuff blockaded.
Yes, the table.
And he was like he's like, dude, you realize how much money you're missing out on? And I'm like, probably so. Yeah. But I do appointment only. It's hour-long meetings. And, he's like, well, I had heard about you guys through the Tulsa World, and I know that I need you guys to help me with my business. And I can tell you, I'm very frustrated. I'm going to use somebody else because you guys made me wait for 20 minutes. I'm like, well, you did not set an appointment. All I'm saying is he's criticizing me. Yeah. I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
Because my goal is not to have a walk-in consulting company. Yeah. Now, if I change my model and my life goal was to have a walk-in consulting company, I would care. But all I'm saying is, Thrivers, ask yourself, what is it that you want? And potentially, with your life goals, maybe a membership model's right for you. Maybe it's not. But if a membership model is right for you, where you want that consistency of revenue, maybe you're a fitness guy, maybe you're a haircut guy, maybe you're a plumbing guy, maybe you're a roofing guy. Maybe you say, plumbing? Membership? Are you kidding me? Maybe I say to you, Stu, if you want me to come and handle any of your plumbing problems throughout the year, it's $500 a year, and I come out and handle as many as you have. I mean, maybe that's a valid offer. Yeah. I'm a plumber. Maybe it's $500 a year membership, and you get unlimited plumbing services. Maybe you go, that's insane. That's not a good deal. But I'm just saying to you, is we need to make sure that we are building a model that makes sense to us. Yeah. Now, Stu, we're one of the few consulting companies that does like a membership model.
Yeah.
Where people pay a flat amount.
Yeah.
How is it different than the contract model? Because you've probably seen over the years where people agree to a contract. Talk to me about the differences real quick. I just want to hear your opinion on that because you've seen both models.
Sure.
What's the difference with a contract? Hey, you're agreeing to pay X amount per month. Here's the contract. How is that different from what the membership model is in your mind?
Most design, marketing, branding, PR companies are not that way. It's a project by project kind of basis. One and done.
Yeah.
is the phrase you'll hear a lot.
Yeah.
And, it's human nature that you earn that money to a point, you do that project, and then you just don't even think about them again.
Yeah.
That customer doesn't get the value long term. So they don't stick around long enough, right, to see the results and do the pivots that they need to make, right, on a marketing campaign. And so you need to build a long-term relationship. That's what you are building with your clients.
And that's why we charge, significantly less than what a typical client or typical company charges, but they're long-term. Because I'm just saying, as a marketing guy, when someone hires me to help them grow their company, as you and I know, we could sit in a room and build the best website ever, but we got to make some pivots, got to make some changes.
Yeah.
So membership model, something to think about. Back to you, Jose.
You've made it this far. We have been on point number 13 on how to maximize your profit margins out of the 17 steps. So stay tuned. We have 3 more steps, and they're exciting. Step number 14, we're talking about maximizing your profit margins. Step number 14 says, avoid buying anything that doesn't help you to make more money. Clay, our friend Jeff Bezos says this in our notable quotable: frugality drives innovation, just like other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out. Powerful. Clay?
Well, it's just a deal and when you're starting a business, one of the things that's super, super dangerous is if you have an unlimited resource of money. A lot of people watching this maybe have a family member that's willing to help fund them. Maybe you have a savings somewhere. Maybe you have an investor. And it's so dangerous that you start spending, and not using what you have. So I'll rip on myself here at Thrive15.com as an example. This is one deal where my mind almost exploded on last Tuesday. But we have people here that will say, if I could just get a subscription to XYZ, I could totally change the game for marketing. I could totally, if I just had ABC 1, 2, 3. So example, there's great products out there. There's WooBox, there's Hotjar, there's Crazy Egg, there's, Stuart, am I missing something? There's like Tailwind.
Yeah, Mixpanel. There's
Mixpanel. Yeah. There's all these tools you can pay. And each one of them's like $40 a month, $50 a month, $80 a month.
Right.
And they're all tools to allow you to analyze how people like you feel about the website. So if you leave it unchecked, and I'm just being blunt about this, we have some people on the team who were given an expense account, a set amount they could choose, and 3 people I can think of who are no longer with the team, but they were like, oh, sign up for whatever. And I looked at their account. They had never actually even used the account even one time. And we paid, I think, $39 a month for like 6 months with one. And so you go through it. So how does that relate to you? Is if you're frugal and you say, here's the constraint, you only have this many dollars to spend total, which we do in a lot of areas of the business, people start to come up with ideas. So in our studio here, I told the guys, hey, I want to make sure that you guys know we can spend XYZ, ABC, this is the total we're going to spend. So one of the guys comes to me and says, well, if we're going to be in this room and we're going to be with this budget we're trying to stick within, I could probably develop a light, which would allow our lighting source to be done. I think it's like 10% as expensive as what you would have paid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? He's like, no, I mean, I probably could create the lights that we're going to use on the show for 10% of what you had paid, brand new. And I'm going, really? Well, why didn't you share that with me last year? He's like, well, I didn't know it's the budget. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right. So you want to, even whether you have a huge budget or not, you want to ask people, you want to set up a constraint there. So very, very important that you don't want to ever buy something that's not going to help your company increase the value to the customer or make more money. And I've gone to so many startups that have failed over the years. They have unbelievable coffee cups, unbelievable print pieces, just a warehouse full of coffee cups and swag and shirts and boxes of just crap that they're not going to use. And you know what? We got to start asking ourselves, what do we really need? So the question I'd ask you to I'd encourage you to ask yourself right now is, in what areas do I need to buy, bottom line, to help me make more money and add more value to the customers? And what areas do I need to quit buying? And a lot of times we're spending quite a bit of money right now. Hopefully, if this is provoking the thought, I'd ask yourself, what are you spending money on right now that's not helping you add more customers or add value to your customers?
Excellent. Step number 15, introduce variable pay versus fixed pay. Clay, I'm going to kick it off to you with our main man, Jack Welch.
Yeah.
Former owner of GE.
Well, just so we're clear to Thrivers, this guy was the CEO of GE who grew it by 4,000%. So he grew the business four times larger within a very limited, one of the most successful CEOs in the history of the planet. So
here we go. So this is what I have to say about variable pay versus fixed pay. Management is all about managing in the short term while developing the plans for the long term. Break it down for us, Clay.
So merit-based pay is basically you're paying people based on what they do versus not what they say they're going to do. So at the Elephant in the Room, that's the company I'm involved in, so that's how we do it. Okay. And I'll show you Elephant in the Room, and I'll share with you the photography company. But for Elephant in the Room, if we cut somebody's hair, the person who's cutting your hair makes a 30% commission plus tips. So most of our people make about $30 an hour. Well, some people come to us and go, well, 30%. I mean, how much per hour? People do that, and you go, well, it's 30%. The average haircut's $42. 30%. Well, how much is the minimum wage though? I'm like, Brotown lady, I don't know, but the thing is, I'll tell you, 30%. Well, I don't have any customers right now. I'm like, here's the deal: we do mailers, we do internet leads, we have a lot of new customers coming in, and I'll tell you this. Homeboy over here has a full book. He has a fully booked out schedule. He's cutting about 80 wigs a week, 80 mops. He's chopping 80 mops at the mop chop shop. Okay, he's 80 mops. He's cutting a lot of lettuce. Okay, he's got 80. I got all sorts of words I use, but he's doing 80 haircuts a week, and he's making 30%. So let's take $42 times 80, and they're like, well, I don't know what that is. You add it up and you do it for him. You can help him out there. Like, he's doing $3,200 a week of haircuts.
Wow.
And he's making 30%. They're like, well, what does that mean? Homie's going to make $1,000 this week plus tips. And people don't tip people they don't like. So you can make $1,400 a week cutting hair here versus like $500 anywhere else. How much hourly though? You're like, bro, listen, I don't know if you're getting it. So what happens is, Elephant in the Room, we have created an elite, almost military operation where people who are all about merit-based pay love it. Yeah. I have people email me. One lady, neat lady, she's a nice lady. She emails me, she says, hey, I want you to know this is the first time I've ever in the haircutting industry been paid what I think I'm worth. My husband and I were making a little over $50,000 a year right now with me cutting hair, and I just can't thank you so much. Same payment system, somebody else sends me a text, very caustic. Hey, it's hard for me to financially budget because I don't know if I'm going to make any money. Well, guess what? If you're terrible and you're mean to the customers, they're not going to pay you. They don't want you to come around and cut their hair. So merit-based pay forces everybody to row in the same direction. So you got to think about your business right now. Think about what are all the tasks you need to be done, whether it's recording something like Thrive 15, whether it's making sales calls, it's marketing, it's accounting. How can you incentivize somebody to do the right thing? So I'll give you 3 quick examples. In the photography business, if you do a great job, we ask the customer on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with our service? If you give us a 10, the photographer makes a $100 bonus. Pretty cool.
Wow, that's cool.
If you don't, no bonus. If you're in accounting, I pay my guys based on how much money they help us save. So I had a guy today call me. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, dude, I can help us save some money here. I've got an idea. It'll save us about $10,000 a year. I'm like, you know what that means for you? He's like, yeah, $500. So it's like it's. So you got to come up with some sort of merit-based pay system. So it's like, if it's accounting, maybe it's a percentage of the sales. If it's sales job, maybe it's a percentage of the sales. If it's service, it's based on the quality of the service. You've got to find some way to put merit-based pay in the system. Otherwise, if you pay people just straight up on the hours they're working, over time, all of us, let's be real, we get demotivated. We're maybe not super pumped. We're not engaged, and we don't maybe do a good job.
Step number 16, merit-based pay keeps idiots away. All right, Jack Welch says this. Wow, where did that come from, brother?
Yeah.
Wow. Jack Welch says this, a notable quotable. Differentiation rewards those members of the team who deserve it. Plain and simple.
Again, Jack Welch, top CEO in the history of the planet, arguably. I mean, grew the company 4,000%. So merit-based pay, it does not appeal to people who just want to mail it in. So let me give you an example of who doesn't want merit-based pay. I'll pick on me because it's easier. You probably have no problems, but me, I've got some problems. So if you gave me merit-based pay based on how involved I am at church, I would probably go, oh, can we just do a flat pay, Jesus? I mean, so I'm just being real. I'm just picking on myself because I say some things that maybe hopefully help you engage here. But like, I have a very passive approach to my church experience for me. And that's something I could do better, but I'm just telling you what I do. I go to church. I try to sit in the far top right or top left so I don't see anybody. I go in. I do my thing. My kids go to class. I leave. Now, personal ministry, I do help out people who I know who are in need. I do that. But in church, I'm not engaged at all. I'm not. I just don't. So could I do better? You probably can email me right now with tips, but that's true. I just am not engaged. So my son played hockey. I'm not engaged at all. I don't bring beverages for the kids. I don't want to meet your kid. I don't want to go to the tournament. If we are in the tournament, I will go to the hotel, but I will not talk to you. I will just go there because I'm literally, because I am not, that's not like on my life goal list. Yeah. I have other lists of things I do, but I'm just telling you how I am. And I'm just not saying perfect. I'm just saying what I do. So when we were at a hockey tournament last year, this lady's like, so I think I've seen you before. What do you do? And I'm like, I got to go check with my wife real quick. I will be right back here. And I just don't come back because I don't want to like have a breakfast meeting with a lady who wants to talk about how come her son doesn't get enough playing time on the hockey team. I just don't care at all. Yeah. At all about sports. So I'm saying is like, I am somebody who is not engaged, so I would run away from merit-based pay if you paid me based on how engaged I am. Now, the parent who's like unbelievable, we have one parent on the hockey team who's unbelievably pumped. This person, true story, they're literally like, is your son okay? I feel like your son got hurt. Is he okay? And I'm like, yeah, he's definitely he's good. Do you guys want to go eat pizza after the game? And I'm like, I'm sure he would like to eat pizza. I would be happy to pay for your pizza. Do you want to sit by my husband and I? Like, well, potentially. Well, let's go ahead and book it. I mean, when's a good time? And it's like you're like, is this person making a commission to sell pizza and to convince me to get engaged? Hey, your son, I noticed you weren't wearing a jersey. Do you want a jersey? Because I know how to get one. You're like, no, it's okay. I'm wearing my sweatshirt. I can get you one. Do you know how to get your skates? The best guy to talk to Carrie directly, he'll sharpen your skates. And you're going, Carrie, who? Is that a woman or is that a man? No, it's a man. He works in the pro shop. Talk to Carrie. He'll sharpen them. Talk to him. And you start to realize this person is a zealot. They're pumped up. They're excited. They're a fan of hockey. That person wants merit-based pay. If you said, hey, listen, every kid that we signed up for the hockey program, I'll give you $5. That person, they could probably make thousands because they're just like, hockey. And you talk to them and you go, is hockey a good thing? Oh, it teaches diligence. No, I'm serious. I'm talking to this person and I'm like, because I'm trying to not be mean. Yeah. But I'm like, what do you like about hockey? Oh, everything. I tell you what, just my son learns everything. He learns focus, diligence, commitment, teamwork, training, leadership, excellence, fitness, family, all through hockey. Really? Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, if it wasn't for hockey, I mean, the planet would stop rotating. And you have that, but that's somebody who's into it. Yeah. Therefore, if you gave them a merit-based pay, they would want it. Now, if you came to me and said merit-based pay, I'd be like, I'm out. You want to set up a system. Oh, check it, Thrivers. You want to make a system that makes people want to peace out. So with the church example as an example, he said, Clay, and I know this is a crude example and it's just awful and you're just going, you're just a jerk. It's fine. But like if I got to go to a higher realm of heaven, if I got to be closer based upon my works at church, I would be like at the bottom. I would be like outside. I would be way outside the guard fence. I'd be like
the gate.
Yeah, outside the gate. I mean,
the gate.
But some people, they get, if you did get paid based on work, some people be right there in the throne. I mean, they'd be right there, boom, boom. All I'm saying is people who are like me, who are like, At church, I kind of just mail it in, frankly. I mean, I'm there physically, but mentally I'm not. They don't want it.
Yeah.
So you've got to create a system that makes it where people who are into it are getting compensated to be into it. And people who are not into it are not. But if not, you end up with this weird culture where people are pretending to be involved, but they're not. People are pretending to be enthusiastic, but they're not. People are pretending. So I give my team bonuses based off of who gets the most reviews on Google. Guess what? All my barbers and stylists love it who are good.
Right.
They go, I'm making $100 extra a week off that. That's awesome. The people who are bad, not that we have any bad people that cut hair at Elf in the Room, but if you had somebody who's bad, he's just mailing it in. He's like, I don't know if the system's fair, really, because it's based off of my reviews. Who controls my reviews? And you're like, you do not. So merit-based pay, just introducing merit-based pay will keep the idiots away. Thrivers, I'm just telling you, like, it's hard. It's hard. When I became a really good disc jockey, people would come to me and go, oh my gosh, could you do my wedding? You DJ'd tonight and it was awesome. And I'm like, oh yeah, I am God's gift to DJing. I know that, I don't know that it was in the Old Testament or the New Testament, but I believe it was in the Intertestament. God said, let there be a DJ by the name of Clay. And I felt so good about myself, know. But ultimately, I had to go, hey, you know what? I'm going to hire somebody else to DJ. And frankly, the guy who I hired to DJ wasn't as good as what I was. But I was like, well, then I should just do every wedding myself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not as good as I am, so let me just do somebody else. Or let me just do the party myself. But over time, I start to realize if I do every party myself, there's no growth here.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had to eventually stop and put the energy that I would spend into entertaining the event, the attendees, the audience, into training people who I believe could eventually learn what I know how to do, and maybe do it 80% as well.
Right, exactly.
And that is so hard.
It's an issue of trust.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's like not a good thing. Stu, you're a designer.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
You have to be very intentional about it. If you're willing to compromise just a little bit, you said 80%. That's a good example, right? I want to get that next person to that level where I'm okay with 80%.
A friend of mine, I'm just being real. A friend of mine, I was their wedding. It was their wedding. They sent me a text. They asked me if I could do their wedding at the. It was called the Garden Center in Tulsa.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I was already booked. And I sent somebody else to their wedding. And it was like the most hard thing for me. Because I knew the guy that I was sending there. I was like, is there any way you could DJ our wedding? And I was already committed to someone else's wedding. And I remember saying, I'm going to send Josh, was the new guy I was training. I'll send Josh to your wedding. I do believe he'll be as good. Now, the good thing is that I have enough insecurity where I spent a lot of time training Josh so that when Josh got to their wedding, honestly, I'm just being real, he was almost as good as I was, probably even better.
Wow.
But it's hard because I'm just telling you, it was my friend's wedding, one of my very good friends from college. And he was like, how come you can't do my own wedding? And I'm like, I'm already booked. Well, how come you can't switch? I'm like, because I'm already committed to somebody else. So we've got to find a way to duplicate, whether you're in direct selling, a multi-level, whether you own a small business, you've got to find a way to teach somebody else to do what you do as good as you or better than you. And Jose, you've had some experience in direct selling.
Oh, absolutely.
How hard is that, man, to teach somebody to do what you do, bro? I mean,
yeah, it is not easy, but it boils down to trust. Trust in how scalable do you want to become.
When you did some direct selling, though.
Sure.
I mean, did you deal with a little bit of fear when you're telling somebody else to do the system? I mean, did you? Yeah,
it's your baby, man. It's your baby. And at times you're like, how can I give my baby into somebody else and trust? But you gotta invest that time, like Stu was saying. It's an issue of how bad do you want it, or you saying, am I gonna DJ every wedding in Tulsa? You gotta invest in that person. It is never an easy thing.
So step one, just want to make sure we're clear on this. You got to define the purpose of your business, and the purpose of your business is to profitably create value for the market in a scalable way. That's the goal. So you can do it in a scalable way. Therefore, you can not be there. So it's very, very important.
Step number 1, define the purpose of your business. Clay, what do you mean by that?
Well, the purpose of your business. So the guy who wrote the book called Scale. His name is Hoffman. It's an awesome book. If you haven't read the book, it's awesome. Stu, I don't know if I've ever recommended you read this book yet.
Yeah, I've read it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
He says this: the purpose of your business is to profitably create value for the market in a scalable way. What he's talking about is the purpose of your business is to create value for the market in a scalable way. Bottom line, if you're creating a product or a service and it doesn't if it doesn't create value, if people don't want it, it's not worth doing. Okay. But it has to be scalable, where you can't be the only one who's doing it. So if you're a web designer and you're the only one who can do it, that's good. I know of two different guys, very, very good friends with, who make over 6 figures a year doing web development, and they do web development. That's what they do. Yeah. But if they're on vacation,
right,
they're also doing web development. Yeah. They never have a time off. They never have a vacation. They never have time with family. They literally, that's all they do. Yeah. But what he says here in the book, Scale, phenomenal book, he says, the purpose of your business is to profitably create value for the market in a scalable way. If you're not creating value for the market, if you're not being able to build websites without just you only doing it, what you're doing is you're building a job. And a job stands for, check it out, Thrivers, just over broke. J-O-B. Job. Just over broke. You're just over broke. You probably, if you take a weekend off, you take a vacation off, you're probably going to fall behind. You're probably not going to be able to keep up. Very, very important that you find a way to deliver value to your customers in a scalable way. Stu, you've worked with different web companies over the years.
Yes.
A couple I can think of in my mind, a lot of good companies, a lot of good people. Yeah. Talk to me about how important it is to teach multiple people to do what it is that you do and not just one guy. What happened? I mean, guess what has happened? What have you seen happen when it was just you and you're the only guy and you're out of town, or what? Just walk me through why it's important to teach, the team to build it in a scalable way.
Oh, I don't know how this relates to every business out there, but sure. in my world, and probably in yours, something's going to break on a Saturday night.
Yep.
Something's going to happen. And I don't necessarily want to be the guy who comes up there at 2 a.m. or whatever it is to fix that problem.
Yeah.
That's one example. If you scale, you've got more people to help you do things, right?
Yep.
You're also not going to have that low ceiling on yourself like you're talking about. If I have a second person that I can scale to, right, and I can teach them, right, I can do more work, I can make more money.
As a growth thing for you,
yeah,
I want to talk to you about it in kind of a woo-woo way.
Let's do it.
Kind of a little bit more personal than we want to do.
Let's do it.
But you're a phenomenal designer.
Thank you.
You're one of the best designers I've ever seen.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
How is it? I'm just saying. How is it like? Occasionally, how do you feel internally when you're like, okay, someone else is going to design it. I could probably do it better.
Yeah.
Definitely do it better. How could I do it? I could definitely do it better, but delegating. How does it feel to you when you do that?
Well, at first, it was painful.
Yeah.
Right? Because that person, I'm thinking of one particular person right now.
Yeah.
And that person was, they had talent.
Yeah.
They had some skills. What I had to do was pour my energy into training them about what to do, what not to do, and kind of step back. That's a difficult thing to do, but if you can do it, it makes a huge difference.
All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
Whoa. And would you need profits to get there? I mean, is when you have a business that's successful, in your mind, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap! All right, so the question I would have here for you, if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap. Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year?
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you set the website.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
There's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes, and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there.
Okay.
They would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card because you can compare rates, you can save money. And, you know, the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits.
Holy crap.
Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. It takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Patricia, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
You know, that's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question, what's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have it? Brand name of the clock. It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's
buy the clock
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. In order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and our ranking there with Google.
And also, we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Morrow. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show. 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster. And so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't, without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said, the most effective executives make one decision a year. What you do is you make a decision, what is your system, and then you work like the Dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there's having a hard
Following
time.
that script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today, and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems. And you're like the computer, and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship. Yeah. Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011, maybe, or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met, how did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah, well, we had that speaking thing that...
there it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not. But I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses, implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all. But I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. How to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. Working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are a call to a higher standard of excellence, and then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life. That standard of excellence that you want to implement, no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. Whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. He's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. He's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. People that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by. People who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. Every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay. I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.